ध्यान रखना। Good morning, students. Good morning. We are at page number 5. Specialty of root hairs. What are the specialty of root hairs? The root hairs are well suited for absorbing water from the soil in 3 ways. First is large surface area. In this is the root and here is a root hair. This increase the surface area of root. Due to this, the surface area greater the absorption. Due to this more surface area, the absorption is greater. Then the next is higher concentration. Higher concentration. Roots hair contains cell shape, which is of higher concentration than the surrounding soil water. Root hairs and roots have the cell shape in it. There is a cell shape. This cell shape has more minerals than soil. So the concentration is higher in root hair. Higher concentration in roots and root hair and lower concentration in groundwater. Lower concentration is here. The minerals here is a higher. The roots hair contains the cell shape which is higher concentration than the surrounding soil water. The cell wall is freely permeable. The cell wall is freely permeable. There is a cell. Cell has the cell wall. This cell wall is freely permeable. Freely permeable. And the cell membrane is semi-permeable. This cell membrane is semi-permeable. This freely permeable cell wall allows all the substance to pass in. The cell wall is freely permeable, permits movement of all type of substances, but the cell membrane is semi-permeable. It allows only some substances to pass through it. The nature of semi-permeable can be illustrated by this following diagram. The semi-permeable cell membrane lies between the water on one side A. Water molecules while the sugar solution has a higher concentration of sugar molecule, there are no sugar molecule in water. Here is the side A. There is no sugar molecules present, but there is a sugar molecules at side B and the concentration is higher in side B. In other words, side A containing only water molecules, so it is dilute solution. This is dilute solution. Whereas side B containing sugar solution, so it is concentrated solution. It is concentrated. This is concentrated solution. As here the water molecules are comparatively less and sugar molecules are more. Water molecules, these are the water molecules and this is sugar molecule. Here is a water molecules are less in number as compared to the side A. After a while, it will be observed that the level of water on side A decreases. After some time, level of water decreases because this water molecules moves to the side B. This process because water molecules which are more in on side A have moved across to the side B where they are less in number. Here water molecules are less and this water molecules moves through this pores of cell membrane which is semi-permeable. This water molecules moves to side B and the process is known as osmosis. The movement of water molecules from dilute solution to a concentrated solution across a semi-permeable membrane is known as osmosis. I repeat it. The movement of water molecules from a dilute solution to a dilute solution to a concentrated solution across a semi-permeable membrane. This is semi-permeable membrane. This line shows the semi-permeable membrane. Semi-permeable membrane. Across the semi-permeable membrane is known as osmosis. Three types of movement of molecules are seen in plants. There are three types of movement are seen in plant. First is diffusion. I explain you what is diffusion. Diffusion. Soil, water and minerals move into the root cell by the simple process diffusion. In daytime, carbon dioxide diffuses from the atmosphere into the leaf cell and oxygen diffuses out from the leaf cell into the atmosphere during photosynthesis. The plants, soil, water and mineral move into the root hair cell by the simple process diffusion. Soil absorbs water with the help of root hair by the process is diffusion. And one more example of diffusion in leaf is seen, which is the carbon dioxide diffused from the atmosphere. Leaves takes carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and leaves the oxygen in the atmosphere. The process is known as diffusion. The exchange of gases by leaves is known as diffusion. This process, movement of molecules, gas, liquids or solid from the higher concentration to the lower concentration is called diffusion. Diffusion takes place from higher concentration to is known as diffusion. Diffusion takes place from higher concentration to lower concentration. The another process is osmosis. This is the movement of water molecules from its region to higher concentration to the region of its lower concentration. Here, movement of water molecules from higher concentration to lower concentration, which is take place in during absorption of water from the soil, because cell set is higher concentrated than water surrounding water present in the soil. So this is the absorption of water takes place through the process of osmosis through the semi-permeable membrane to the region of the lower concentration. Now the third one is active transport. Active transport. In this process, the roots hair absorb both water and minerals from the soil, as we know. As we know, the water absorbed by the root from the soil. Water enters the root hair by osmosis because the concentration of water molecules is higher in the soil than inside the root hair. Absorption of water. Absorption of water Absorption of water is done by the process of osmosis. Osmosis. It means the roots have the higher concentration. Higher concentration. And the water present in the ground is in lower concentration. The water moves from lower concentration to higher concentration is called osmosis. Enters the roots hair by the osmosis because concentration of water molecule is higher in the soil than inside the root hairs. The molecules concentration of water is higher in soil and concentration of water is low in roots. So the water moves through a higher concentration to lower concentration. This process is known as osmosis. But in case of minerals, they are more in concentration. This is all about the water. But when we see this process in minerals, minerals are more in cell sap as compared to the ground. The minerals are less in number and water present in the, here is a minerals present in roots are more in number, but minerals present in ground are less in number. Here minerals move from lower concentration to higher concentration. This is known as the movement roots higher than the soil. These minerals have to be absorbed from the level of lower concentration to the level of higher concentration. This movement of molecule from their lower concentration to higher concentration required energy. This process is required energy to absorb water. It requires energy to move from lower concentration to the higher concentration. The process is known as active transport. The process in which minerals move from the lower concentration to higher concentration, the process is known as active transport. One another topic is ascent of cell. Ascent of sap. Water is absorbed by root hair from the surrounding soil by osmosis. It then moves into the inner cell to the rates by cell to cell diffusion and osmosis. Now, ascent of cell. Water is absorbed from the surrounding soil by osmosis. Water absorbed by osmosis, right? And this from cell to cell, it diffuse to another cell, move into the inner cell to the roots by cell to cell diffusion and osmosis. The process taken by to complete this process is diffusion and osmosis to reach the central xylem. Xylem is a tissue to transport water. Xylem is a tissue to transport water in plants, which continues upward into the stem and leaves. This takes the water upward in upward direction to reach the central xylem, and which continues the upward into the stem and leaves. This upward movement of water and mineral is called ascent of sap. The upward movement of water and mineral is called ascent of cell. Root pressure. Root pressure. It is the pressure developed in the roots due to the continuous inflow. Due to the continuous inflow of water because cell to cell osmosis. The water is moved by osmosis to cell. As a result of this pressure, water enters the xylem vessel and help in pushing the plant sap upward. This make a pressure to absorb more water from the ground, because here is a, this water go here, this go here, this here, and there is a blank. There is a blank. To fill this blank, they need to absorb more water. Thus, the root pressure is one of the forces which contribute to the ascent of cell sap through the stem into the leaves up to the certain height. Transpiration. Okay. The next topic is transpiration. The loss of excess water through the leaves is called transpiration. The loss of water in the form of water vapor from the aerial parts of plant is known as transpiration. Continuously, plants continuously absorb water through their roots. This water is distributed through the stem to all parts of the plant, including the leaves. Only a little amount of water is either retained in the plant or utilized by it during photosynthesis. The absorbed water is utilized by the plant in minimum quantity. Rest of the water is either stored or evaporated into the atmosphere as water vapor through the stomata present in the epidermis of leaves by the process called transpiration. As a result of transpiration, a suction force is created in the xylem vessel. There is a suction force is created in the xylem vessel. This force causes the water to be pulled from the xylem in the roots to the stem and then to the leaves. It force causes water to be pulled from the xylem in the roots to the stem and leaves. This pulling force is called the transpirational pull. This force is known as transpirational pull. This is very important in tall trees where an upward conduction of water takes place into a height of 100 meter or more. It is just like by sucking a liquid with the help of straw. With the help of straw. If we pull the water and there is a force is created and this force causes to absorb more water. This force is known as transpirational pull and it is important for the big trees, tall trees where an upward conduction of water takes place up to the height of 100 meter. Xylem.
Ma'am, what is the meaning of SPRA? What is
Whenever
the
you suck a pipe through which you can drink water, any liquid, juice, coconut water, you don't use straw. You never use.
yes, 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 yes.
By using this straw, we pull the liquid upward. We pull the liquid upward. Get it?
Yes.
And this pulling of liquid make a force, create a force, and due to this force the blank space is filled with the another liquid and we can drink any liquid with the help of straw. This is all about this transpiration is work like straw, right? It is clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
Xylem tissue are in the form of capillary tubes where narrower the diameter, greater the force of movement of water molecules upward. Xylem is a tissue to absorb water and mineral and to transport water and mineral to the all parts of the plant. The xylem vessel are narrow. The shape of xylem vessel is narrow. As the xylem vessels are narrow, the greater the force of movement of water. Through this, the force of transportation of water is greater. Movement of water molecules upward. Wherever the xylem vessel is lie empty, such as during the loss of water by transpiration, the water from below rises into by the capillary force. Capillary force, the example of capillary force is lighted lamp, in which we pull a liquid and we pull through this a lamp. The this lamp is lighted with the activity of capillary action. From it suck the oil and fill the blank with the oil present in this pot, in this lamp. So same here, the pulling of water in xylem by a capillary force. Water molecules are pulled up due to the due to their tendency of remaining joined together, cohesion, and stick to the side of the xylem vessel. Addition and stick to the xylem vessel is addition. This is all about the transpiration. Factor affecting the rate of transpiration. What are the factor that affect the rate of transpiration? One is sunlight. During daytime, the rate of transpiration is faster. This is because the stomata remain open to allow the inward diffusion of carbon dioxide for photosynthesis. During night time, the stomata remain closed and hence transpiration hardly occurs. Daytime, so the rate of transpiration is higher at daytime. Temperature, transpiration is faster on hot summer days due to the faster evaporation of water, because in summer days there is a temperature of atmosphere is higher than other season. So rate of transpiration is faster. Rate of transpiration is faster in hot summer days. Wind. Transpiration is more when the wind is blowing faster. If there is a wind is faster, then the rate of transpiration is also faster, as water vapor moves away faster from the surface of the leaves. Humidity. These are the factors affecting transpiration. Transpiration is reduced if the air is humid. Humid means air contains water in it. Means air contains water in it. This type of weather is found in rainy season. Rainy season. There is a excess of water in atmosphere. Due to this, the rate of transpiration is decreases. Reduce if the air is humid. Air cannot hold any water molecules when it is already laden with the moisture, and this is called humidity. These are the four factors affect the transpiration. Importance of transpiration in plants. Cooling effect. In transpiration, water gets evaporated from the plant. The heat required for this transpiration is obtained from the plant itself. To water, to transpirate water, it requires energy. In the form of vapor. It requires energy. This energy is given by the plant for this process. Due to the loss of energy, plant feel cools. The transpiration of water get evaporated from the plant. The heat required for this evaporation, this is obtained from the plant itself, and thus the plant is able to cool itself when it is hot outside. It is just like sweating in humans. After sweating, we feel cool. Transpiration help in maintaining the concentration of the sap inside the plant body. It maintains the concentration of sap. The roots continues to absorb water from the soil. If excess water is not evaporated out, the sap would then become dilute, preventing further absorption of water along with the minerals required by the plant. It means plant roots absorb continuously. The absorption of root is continuously. If there is water is not used, absorbed water is not used, then the presence of water is, the concentration of higher is more. Due to this, the cell become dilute, and due to this, the if excess water is not evaporated out, the sap would become dilute. Sap will become dilute. To prevent this absorption of water along with the minerals required by the plant, it is necessary to evaporate this excess water.
Ma'am, please show the board.
Okay. Look here. This is the continuously absorption of water is done by the roots, right? If there is no transpiration of water, the excess of water is, the water level is higher. The concentration of water is higher in cell sap, and it disturbs the cell sap, the texture of the cell sap. To prevent this, to maintain this texture, it remove the water. Excess water should be removed from the plant, and this process is known as transpiration, and this process maintain the level of minerals and water in sap, in cell sap. So the transpiration is required for the plant to maintain the concentration of sap. Uses of water in plant. The water absorbed by the roots is important for the plant in three main ways: transportation, food production, and cooling. We have studied this thing, transportation. The water of the plant body, both xylem and phloem, transports substances in the solution form from one part to another part. So water is necessary to transport food, mineral and water. Food production, as we know, the process of photosynthesis will require water. Water is required for photosynthesis. It combines with carbon dioxide from the air in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll to produce glucose and oxygen. And the third one is cooling. The heat is utilized when water is transpired from the surface of leaves in the form of water vapor, induce a cooling effect. Due to this transpiration, induce cooling effect for the plant. This is all about the uses of water in plants. You may experience that the standing under a tree during a hot summer midway gives you a cooling effect. This cooling is not entirely due to shade, but is also due to the loss of water from the surface of leaves by evaporation. Since evaporation produces coolness, it makes the air cool. The cool air being heavier tends to settle down and marks the surrounding pleasant. It is clear to you all? The last topic is importance of mineral. Last 1 minute